In an ancient village in the mountains, there lived a young monk named Daiki. Since he was a child, Daiki was known for his audacity and his fearless spirit. He was not afraid of anything, and he threw himself into every task with enthusiasm and confidence. However, this courage of his hid a deep insecurity. Daiki always needed to show his strength, both to himself and to others. One day, the master of the monastery, the venerable Sensei Genji, decided to entrust him with a task that would test not his physical strength, but his mind and spirit. "Daiki," said the master, "today you will have to cross the invisible bridge." The young monk looked at the master with curious eyes. "Invisible bridge? What is it? I have never heard of this bridge." Sensei Genji pointed to the top of a distant mountain, wrapped in fog. "There is a deep burr between that mountain and ours. Crossing the burr without falling is possible only by passing on the invisible bridge. No one has ever seen it, but those who have enough confidence and determination can walk on it." Daiki, always ready to show his value, accepted the challenge without hesitation. He prepared a light backpack and set off towards the mountain. After hours of walking, he reached the edge of the burr. When he looked beyond the precipice, a cold wind swept his face, and he saw only a dizzying void that seemed to deepen into darkness. There was no bridge, no visible structure, only the frightening silence of the burr. "Master Genji is putting me to the test," Daiki thought. "He wants to see if I am brave enough to cross this abyss without fear." Decided not to disappoint his master, Daiki closed his eyes and concentrated. He took a deep breath, and with an act of pure determination, he took a step into the void. His foot touched something solid. Daiki opened his eyes in disbelief. Even if he could not see anything below him, he felt a rigid and stable surface. He took another step, then another again. Every time he raised a foot, it was as if an invisible force supported his weight. Step by step, the young monk advanced, his heart beating fast in his chest. There was no visible bridge, yet something supported him. When he reached the other edge of the burr, he turned around and observed the void he had just crossed. There was no sign of a bridge. "How is it possible?" he muttered to himself. The young man decided to go back to the master, sure that Genji there would have explained the mystery. He walked for hours, crossing steep paths and dense forests, until he finally reached the monastery, where he found the master sitting in meditation. "Master, I crossed the burr. There was something under my feet, but I couldn't see it. How can an invisible bridge exist?" Master Genji slowly opened his eyes and smiled. "The invisible bridge is not made of wood or stone, Daiki. It is built by your faith and by your ability to trust the path you are walking, even when you cannot see it. Every step you have taken has been supported by your conviction, not by something material." Daiki remained silent, trying to understand. "But if I had hesitated, if I had been afraid of falling, if I had hesitated," said the master, "you would have fallen. The invisible bridge exists only for those who have the courage to believe in it. It is like life itself. Sometimes we find ourselves in front of an abyss without knowing how to cross it. We cannot see the road. Yet if we believe and move with confidence, the path reveals itself step by step." The young monk began to understand. It was not the bridge that supported him, but his own conviction. "So, master, the real challenge was not to cross the burr, but to learn to trust me." "Exactly, Daiki," replied Genji with a smile. "Many times in life, we find ourselves having to face situations where we do not see the ground under our feet. We don't know how things will go, yet we have to move on. The invisible bridge is a symbol. It is not the external world that must change, but our way of seeing it, the true strength, and having the courage to walk, even when the path is not clear, even when everything seems uncertain." From that day on, Daiki no longer tried to demonstrate his value with acts of strength. He began to work on his inner confidence, learning to move through the difficulties of life with serenity, accepting uncertainty, and finding strength in his ability to move on. Even when he could not see the next step, he no longer needed to impress others, because he understood that true strength does not lie in appearance, but in the silent faith that allows us to cross every abyss. Moral in life, many times we find ourselves having to cross invisible bridges, situations in which we do not clearly see the path in front of us. The key is not to seek absolute certainty, but to have the confidence to continue to move, believing in our ability to find the way, step by step. True strength is not always knowing where to go, but having the courage to walk anyway, trusting your own heart.
Thank you for watching our video. We hope it will positively enrich your life. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and join our Mind in Evolution channel for more content like this. See you soon in the next episode.